Hi, my problem of practice is that I want to create a wellness change in a higher education department. So the change that I want to see implemented is I want to create a departmental wellness group. And this wellness group will learn everything about fitness, nutrition, mental and emotional health, but also to consider and implement workplace best practices for wellness and resiliency, and to learn stress reduction techniques, time management techniques, also learning about email and workflow best practices, as well as communication in the workplace. It will be a strictly voluntary group, and I would love to see some people from the leadership team on there, but it should kind of be what I would consider a grassroots change, meaning that I want everyone involved, and I want the people maybe in lower staff and faculty positions to feel empowered and be in charge of this. What is expected of this is higher employee wellness and resiliency, some better workflow best practices, but also a better functioning group and better teamwork. And there will also be less absenteeism. However, I don't think the goal should be that people don't take time off. This is more, I would say, less sick leave and more productive and scheduled annual leave, meaning people are actually taking a vacation, taking some time off to regroup. There should also be more open and transparent communication between leadership and employees. What we're trying to do, we're trying to create a more holistic workplace for all employees. And the setting and context that this change will be implemented is it will take place in the daily routine of employees and will take place in our everyday work environment. And it will be initiated as a group. It will be a collaborative effort, and it will lead to transforming our work group via a holistic and collective group effort. This represents the change process. There's some resistance, then there leads to chaos, and then you kind of land in the dump. But then as you start climbing upwards and over time, you will see change. It is very common too, though, to have dips even as you go up. So it's never a straight line change. So we have the 3 P's of change, meaning patience, persistence, and process. Patience, first of all, change takes time. It is a process and it's not a singular event. You need persistence, meaning you need to use good and correct strategies to move forward, and you need to keep pushing forward. Also, the process is important, and but in higher education, you need to have legitimate procedures. You need to not be too authoritative, and you need to have credibility. Higher education is principally guided by autonomy and shared governance, meaning people will see through you pretty quickly. So it needs to be an authentic and credible change procedure. First of all, it's very important to identify the moral purpose of change. You need to identify what it is and understand why you do what you do. It's important that the change is not for someone to just be able to put on their resume that they implemented this change. This change needs to be an authentic change, and it's also important to know that productivity really should not be the end goal when you're dealing with wellness. Because people will see through that, and they don't want to be well just so they can be more productive, meaning employee wellness and health should be the end goal. In order to create this and in order to reach this moral purpose, you should also emphasize common goals and mutual interest, but you need to have an open communication and also to discuss the undiscussables. You need to openly test assumptions, and you need to have both advocacy and inquiry, meaning advocacy is what we think and know and want and feel, but we also need to be concerned what others think and know and want and feel. And it needs to be a good balance between the two. For leaders, it's important to understand change. That means shaping and reshaping good ideas, and it's a complex process and system. It's important with the relationship building. You need to show a genuine caring for employees and have an authentic commitment, but also show vulnerability as a leader. You need to have the proper knowledge creation and sharing, meaning in this case you need to collaborate, you need to have a good pedagogic strategy, and then you need to have a good coherence making, meaning this is purposeful action and interaction, and there's transparency. You will make and you will remake meaning based on your culture and team. This is a good graphic showing that you're all the time going to be adjusting and shifting, and that's going to lead to transformation and then to transition. But even as you do that, you're still going to be modifying. So it is a holistic process, and is also an ongoing process. It's not a static process. This illustrates too that change is hard. It can get messy, and it also can get gorgeous at the end when you reach your goal. However, it's important to know that even positive change can cause uncomfortable feelings in a state of disequilibrium. So even positive changes can cause stress, and it needs to be, you need to prepare for that and deal with that. There are different phases to this change process. There's the initiation, the implementation, the continuation, and the outcome. I tend to do surveys. I would like to pre-survey the group to see what kind of changes they would like and how they would like to see it being implemented. And for the continuation, I would like to do a mid-survey, maybe not even a survey, maybe even have small groups discussing how things are going with open-ended discussions. And then in the end, I would like to do an outcome and a post-survey to see what worked well, what didn't work so well, because this is an ongoing effort. That means that these wellness groups are a continuing group, so we can always, again, we can reframe and reshape what we're doing. In the end, though, what matters is that we show love and care for our employees and for each other. And that's all that matters, really, because without our groups, without our employees, we will never have results, or so that is what is the most important thing. Anyway, thank you.